activities that we need to do. Do not write anything on this module. After studying this module, you are expected to be able to 1. Distinguish the plural form of nouns. Number 2. Form the plural form of regular nouns by adding s or es. Number 3. Use plural form of nouns to complete sentences. Before we proceed to the lesson, kindly answer the pretest or what I know. This activity will measure what you already know about the topic. Your score in this activity will also guide your parents, guardians, siblings, or whoever is helping you at home. Thus, you should do the activity with honesty and all your best. Read the direction carefully. If you will get a score of 5, congratulations! But I encourage you to work on the module. If you got 4 and below, you have to perform all the given activities. In our previous lesson, you have learned that noun is a word that names a person, animal, place, thing, idea, or action. Examples of these nouns are flower, tree, dog, cat, nurse, fish, box, bus. Now we have to read the paragraph and we are going to give the correct noun for each illustration. Are you ready to listen, children? Okay. God gave us eyes, so we may enjoy the pretty flowers around us, the twinkling stars at night, and the beautiful moon in the sky. He gave us ears so that we may hear the chirping of the birds in the trees, the ringing bells of churches during Sundays, the cat meowing, and the dog barking. Questions. Why did God give us eyes and ears? For us to see and for us to hear. How do we use our eyes and ears? We use our eyes and ears properly. What are the regular nouns mentioned in the paragraph you read? These are the nouns used in the paragraph. Eyes, flowers, stars, moon, ears, birds, trees, cat, churches, and dog. Now, what are singular? A noun is singular when it means only one. What is plural? A noun is plural when it means more than one. These are the rules to follow in forming the plural form of regular nouns. We form the plural of most nouns by adding s to their singular form. Examples. Eye, we add s, eyes. Moon, moons. Flower, flowers. Other examples. Star, we add s, stars. Ear, ears. Cat, cats. Dog, dogs. Second, some nouns form also their plural by adding es to singular nouns ending in s, z, x, sh, and ss. Examples, church, we add es, churches. Box, boxes. Brush, brushes. Bus, buses. Fox, foxes. Bush, bushes. Nouns ending in a vowel and O, just add S to form their plural, like examples, studio, add S, studios. Radio, radios. Piano, pianos. Some nouns ending with a consonant and O generally add ES, like the examples. Mosquito, add ES, mosquitoes. Tomato, add ES, tomatoes. Hero, heroes. Thank you for listening. I hope you understood our lesson. To master your lesson, continue to work on what's more, and then do the different activities and assessment. Do it one after the other. If you have any questions or clarifications on the discussion of the lesson, go back to the lesson, or you may ask the help of your parents, guardians, or text your teacher for clarification. After the 3 activities and 3 assessments, you will summarize what you have learned in the generalization, or what I have learned, and do the activity on what I can do. These activities will help you answer the post-assessment. To measure how much you've learned in your lesson, you need to answer the post-assessment. If you got 5, you are ready to proceed to the next module. But if you get 4 and below, you need to go back to the activities where you got low. Additional activities are provided for you to enhance your learning. Believe in yourself that you can do it. I will be waiting for your answers. I think you are all eager to learn and answer. You can now proceed to complete your module. Just remember, do not rush in doing it. Be honest and enjoy learning at home. Thank you, learners, parents, and guardians for watching this video. Enjoy learning from home. God bless and always stay safe with your families. Bye-bye!
Magandang buhay mga bata! Nandito na naman ako ngayon, ang iyong guro, Ginang Nehemia Tekag. At tayo ay sasagot uli ng module sa Aralpan na may pamagat na mga lugar na sensitibo sa panganib at wastong pagtugon sa mga kalamidad. Bago nating simulan, narito uli ang mga paalala para mapag-aralan ninyo ng lubusan ang ating aralin. Una, ihanda ang inyong sagutang kwaderno, lapis at papel. Pangalawa, basahing mabuti ang mga panuto sa bawat gawain at sagutin lahat. Pangatlo, pwede ninyo ring tawagan o magtanong sa inyong guro kung may mga katanungan kayo. At laging ugaliing maging tapat sa lahat ng oras. Pagkatapos ng talakayin natin dito, kayo ay inaasahang natutukoy ang mga lugar ng sariling rehiyon na sensitibo sa panganib gamit ang hazard map at nakagagawa ng maagap at wastong pagtugon sa mga panganib na madalas maranasan ng sariling rehiyon. Gaya sa mga naunang module ninyo, kayo ay inaasahang sagutin muna ang 5 puntos sa pahinang subukin. Ito ay susubok sa inyong kaalaman sa inyong pag-aralang paksa. Pagkatapos ay itama ang iyong sagot. Tignan mo sa susi sa sagot sa hulihan ng iyong module. Kung nakakuha ka ng 5 puntos, pwede mong lagpasan ito. Pero hinihikayat kitang gawin lahat ang mga gawain na nasa module na ito para mahasa pa ang iyong kaalaman. At kung 4 pababa, pag-igihan mong isagawa ang mga gawain kasi malaki ang matututunan mo dito. Sa mga magulang o guardians, kailangan ang iyong patnubay sa iyong mga anak para kung may tanong ang iyong anak ay matutulungan ninyo sila. At kung may mga tanong kayo, mag-text o tumawag sa guro. Tara na, simulan na natin. Ano ang napag-aralan mo sa nakaraang module? Mahusay, ipinapakita na hindi mo nakalimutan ang mga nakaraang aralin. Mag-aral na tayo. Mga lugar na sensitibo sa panganib at wastong pagtugon sa mga kalamidad. Ito ay dinevelop ni Ginang Nehemia L. Tekag. Ngayon, mayroon akong ipapakita sa iyo na mga larawan. Subuking kilalanin ang mga ito. Ano ang ipinapahayag ng mga larawan? Tama. Ito ang tinatawag nating mga sakuna o kalamidad. Alin dito ang iyong naranasan? Maaring iba-iba ang ating mga naranasan, di ba? May kaugnayan ba ang mga kalamidad na ito sa lokasyon at topografiya ng lalawigan o rehiyon? Tama, merong kaugnayan ang mga kalamidad sa lokasyon at topografiya. Aling anyong lupa at anyong tubig ang maiuugnay sa bawat kalamidad? Mahusay. Alam kong alam ninyo ang sagot. May magagawa ka ba para ligtas ka sa mga kalamidad na ito? Tama, meron kang magagawa. Masaya ako at habang kayo nakikinig, alam kong kayo'y nag-iisip ng sagot para sa mga tanong na ito. Sa araling ito, hindi pa rin mawawala ang pag-aaral sa mapa. Alam kong alam ninyo ito. Pero gagamitin pa rin natin ito sa ating tatalakayin ngayon. Ito ang mapa ng Cordillera kung saan makikita ang mga 6 na lalawigan nito. Batay sa topografiya at lokasyon nito ay may mga kalamidad na nararanasan ito. Ang mga susunod na larawan na makikita ninyo dito ay mga halimbawa ng kalamidad na nararanasan ng ating mga lalawigan sa rehiyong Cordillera. Ano ulit ang ating tinalakay? Tama, ang mga sakuna na ating nararanasan sa ating mga lalawigan. Ang sumusunod na larawan ay isang halimbawa ng hazard map. Nakakita ka na ba ng halimbawa nito? Ano ang gamit nito? Tama, mahalaga ang mapang ito dahil ito ang mapang nagpapakita ng mga lugar na maaaring makaranas sa mga kalamidad gaya ng pagbaha, paglindol, pagguho ng lupa at pagbagyo. Ngayon alam mo na ang mga kalamidad na maaaring mangyari sa isang lugar. Bilang isang mamamayan, alam mo ba ang iyong gagawin kung sa iyong lugar mismo mangyari ang mga ito? Ito ang tinatawag nating pagtugon sa mga kalamidad. Ano-ano ang mga dapat gawin bago, habang at pagkatapos ng isang unos o kalamidad? Bago darating ang isang kalamidad, narito ang mga dapat nating gawin. Makinig sa balita. Ihanda ang go bag o emergency bag. Iayos ang mga gamit sa bahay sakaling may baha. Alisin ang mga sanga ng kahoy na maaaring babagsak at makasira. Linisin ang mga kanal. Habang may bagyo o kay anumang kalamidad, dapat tayo ay manatili sa loob ng bahay kung may malakas na bagyo. Pag ikaw ay nakatira sa malapit sa ilog at paanan ng bundok, Mainam na lumikas sa mas ligtas na lugar. Manatiling alerto sa anumang pangyayari. At kung may lindol, gawin ang duck, cover, and hold. Pagkatapos naman ng kalamidad, ano ang ating gagawin? Kung tumaliman na ang panahon, maaari ka nang maglinis sa mga duming dulot ng masamang panahon at ayusin ang mga pinsala nito. Lumipat ng tirahan kung masyadong napinsala ito. Tanungin natin ang ating sarili, handa ba ako? Ang sagot ay nasa iyo. Basta laging isaisip na ang kalamidad ay kaakibat ng ating buhay. Kaya, lagi tayong maging handa sa anumang oras kasi wala itong pinipili kung sino, saan at kailan. Dapat din nating hindi malilimutan ang pinakaimportanting bagay, ang pagtutulungan sa isa't isa upang ang sino mang biktima ng kalamidad ay ating mapagaan ang kanilang nararamdaman. Ngayon, alam ko nang handa kayo sa pagsagot ng mga gawain sa inyong module. Pwede kayong gabayan ng inyong mga magulang o nakakatandang kapatid. Kami iyong maaabot sa pagtawag o pagpadala ng mensahe sa aming cellphone kung mayroon kayong hindi maintindihan. Isang guni ang sagot sa susi ng sagot sa hulihan. May natutunan ka ba sa ating talakayan? Mahusay naman at kung meron kayong natutunan ay masayang-masaya ako kasi oras na para sa iyong pagsagot sa iyong module na nakahanda. Maraming salamat sa iyong partisipasyon.
Hello, our dear Math Explorer. How are you today? I am Teacher Jomar. At this point, we will be learning how to solve routine and non-routine problems involving multiplication without or with addition and subtraction of fractions. Don't worry, I will help you get through the challenging activities. One thing more, you will be working together with your learning buddy. It could be your father, your mother, your sibling, or any adult who can assist you in answering the different learning tasks. This is the module that you are going to use. It is intended for grade 5 learners like you. You are encouraged to actively engage yourself in exploring the module. Read the directions carefully and do the learning activities provided. Before the main points and activities in your module, make sure to answer the 10-item test under What I Know to measure how much you know about the lesson that we will have. Previously, you learned in your math class on how to multiply fraction. Why don't we have them again? Consider this example. To get the answer, we simply multiply the numerators and then the denominators. And as we always say, reduce answers to lowest term whenever possible. Therefore, if we are going to multiply 3/4 times 4/5, that will be 3 times 4, we got 12, and 4 times 5, we got 20. And then, reduce the answer to lowest term, if it is possible. So in this case, 12 over 20 is possible, so reduce it to 3/5. I know you still remember the process. Now, what if the fraction is a mixed number? That means it has a whole number part, and we are directed to multiply the numerators, then the denominators only. Say we have 2/5 times 2 and 1/3. I know you still remember the process. So all we have to do is change first the mixed number to improper fraction. Then, follow the steps we had earlier. So in this example, 2/5 times 2 and 1/3, we will change first 2 and 1/3 to improper fraction. So in that case, 2 and 1/3 will be changed to 7 over 3, or 7/3. After that, we can now proceed in multiplying. 2/5 times 7 over 3, that will be 14 over 15. And whenever you multiply a fraction to a whole number, just make that whole number a fraction by annexing 1 as its denominator. You may browse the What's In part in your module for more examples. Let's keep going. I have here a poem for you, and for me, and for your learning buddy. Let's read it together. It is titled, One Step at a Time. Before you start solving on your paper, read and understand first the problem offered. Know what the problem is asking for. Then identify the given facts which you think are helpful. For the operation to be used, check for any word clue in the problem. Is it addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, or all of them? Sometimes in the problem, it requires more than one operation. So go back to the problem, read and understand it once more. When what is asked and the given facts are done, and the operation to be used is already at hand, combine these figures with the operation you chose to know the number sentence that you will use. Perform the indicated operation, and when we are almost done, solve neatly on your paper while you are having fun. Once you arrive at your final answer with sense, double-check your procedure and state final answer in complete sentence. What are the 6 important steps mentioned in the poem which are used in solving word problems? Let's have them one by one. Here are the steps in solving word problems. First, know what the problem is asking for. Then, identify the given facts. Third, identify the operation to be used. Then write the number sentence. After that, solve or perform the indicated operation. And finally, state your final answer in complete sentence. Let us consider this problem. There are 7/8 kilograms of salt in the kitchen. Mrs. Jackson used 2 over 15 of the salt when she was preparing dinner. How much salt did she use? Let us use the steps in solving word problems. First, let's identify what is asked. So in the problem, what is asked is the amount of salt Mrs. Jackson used. What are the given facts? 7/8 kilograms of salt in the kitchen and 2/15 of the salt used for dinner. And the operation to be used is multiplication. Take note that to identify the operation to be used, you need to find for the word clues. Next one is to combine our given facts and the operation we identified, and that is the number sentence. So in this case, our number sentence is 7/8 times 2/15 equals n. After that, we will solve, going back to the process on how to multiply fraction. 7 times 2, which are the numerators, that is 14. And 8 times 15, which are the denominators, that is 120. And reducing it further to lowest term, we get 7 over 60. Therefore, for our complete answer, we will have Mrs. Jackson used 7 over 60 kilograms of salt when she was preparing for dinner. Now let's try another problem. In each plot, Florence uses 2/5 of the space in planting pechay, while 1/5 of the same space is planted with cabbage. If there is a 15 square meter space in the farm of Florence, what is the total area planted with pechay and cabbage? Now let's try an illustration for this problem. So there are 15 square meter space. So it is represented by the 15 blocks. And it says there in the problem, we have 2/5 planted with pechay and 1/5 planted with cabbage. So it is represented in our figure. Now going back and using our steps in solving word problems, let's try to see if they will arrive at the same answer. For what is asked, the problem is asking for the total space or area planted with pechay and cabbage. For the given facts, I have here a question for you. Which is not given in the problem? You have 4 choices. Which one is not given in the problem? Very good. That's letter D. 3 liters of water. It's not in the problem. Next, what operation should be used to answer the problem? So we will use addition and multiplication. Combining now the given facts and the operation we identified, we will have now our number sentence. So in this case, it is the quantity 2/5 plus 1/5 multiplied to 15 equals D. And to solve, remember your PEMDAS. We have an expression inside the parentheses. So let's solve it first. That is 2/5 plus 1/5, we will get 3/5 multiplied to 15. And 15 is a whole number, so we will annex 1 to make it a fraction. So that will become 3/5 times 15 over 1 equals 45 over 5. So we will get 9 as our answer. Stating the complete answer, we will have the area planted with pechay and cabbage is 9 square meters. Now going back to our illustration, it is the same. There are 9 blocks in our illustration. Wow! That was tough! But I know you can do the next set of activities in your module. Read the directions carefully and finish all the tasks presented in your module. Good luck and have a wonderful time accomplishing the activities.
Good morning. I am Mrs. Divina M. Alida, your teacher in Music 6 for today. I guess you are all excited to have our lesson for this morning. And as we start, join me in singing Leron, Leron, Sinta. You may clap, snap, or even stamp your feet while singing. Are you ready? Let's start. Leron, leron, sinta, buko ng papaya, dala-dalay buslo, sisidlan ng sinta. Pagdating sa duloy, nabali ang sanga, kapos kapalaran, humanap ng iba. Gumising ka, neneng, tayo'y manampalok, dalhin mo ang buslo, sisidlan ng hinog. Pagdating sa duloy, uunda-undayog, kumapit ka, neneng, baka ka mahulog. Did you enjoy clapping, snapping, and stamping your feet while singing? Yes, that's great! We will be doing a lot of clapping, tapping, and snapping since our lesson is all about rhythmic pattern. Yes, indeed, our lesson is all about rhythmic patterns. And don't you know that arrhythmic patterns are the division of beats into patterns of sound by clapping or tapping the beat or a combination of notes and rests in a measure. This module's objective is for you to demonstrate and illustrate the rhythmic patterns in 2/4, 3/4, and 4/4 time signatures. But the problem is, how do you demonstrate rhythmic patterns in a measure with different time signatures? How do you illustrate them? This is what we are going to do, and I need your cooperation and participation in order for you to enjoy and understand the lessons in your module. The basic method by which you can learn rhythm is by clapping or tapping the corresponding beats or values of notes and rests. Let's clap the given examples. Okay, so we are going to count and clap the rhythmic pattern of a 2/4 time signature. Okay, we'll do it slowly. 1, 2, and 1, 2. Again, I will repeat. 1, 2, and 1, 2. Did you get it? Very good. Next, for a 3/4 time signature, we are going to count and clap again the rhythmic pattern. We'll do it slowly. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 1. Did you get it? Again. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. Did you get it? Good job. Another is for 4/4 time signature. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 3, 4. That's it. Take note, if you will see rest, you are just going to read it silently. No sound at all. Rhythmic pattern, this is enjoyable also. It's not only notes, it's not only about rest, but we can even apply rhythmic pattern using different names. So you can also use your name, you can even use the name of your friends or even your family. Okay, I have here example of names wherein we can also apply rhythmic patterns. We'll do it. Mila, Alex, Jonathan, Charity. It's not only for names, but we can have also the different places like La Trinidad Benguet. Okay, we will do the rhythmic patterns. La Trinidad Benguet. Again, La Trinidad Benguet. Okay, next. For your activity, you are going to illustrate or write the rhythmic pattern of these words. Incy wincy spider, row, row, row your boat. I will give you 2 minutes. Okay? Were you able to get the correct answer? This is the illustration of the rhythmic pattern of your activity this morning. So we are going to practice clapping it. Incy wincy spider. Okay? So, incy wincy spider. And then the second one, row, row, row your boat. I hope you enjoyed. And thank you for watching and listening. Now, it's your turn to accomplish the different activities in your module. I know you can do it because you participated well, right? And the given instructions and examples serves as your guide. God bless and hope to see you next week.
Great morning, learners. Welcome to our second session with representative elements, but this time with its compounds. What compounds are formed when family A elements combine? This blank periodic table will guide us to determine the location of the elements that belongs to representative elements. All elements that are placed in the colored blue cubes belong to representative elements. The elements found at the middle are called transition metals, which you will later learn as you proceed to higher grades. Before we discuss further, let us look at first the focus of this discussion. We shall focus our discussion with number 1. Trace the possible combinations of familiar representative elements. Then, we shall explore the combining capacity of the representative elements. Let us now look at the elements that belong to the representative groups which can form common compounds. What do you notice with this periodic table? Yes, there are positive and negative numbers above each column. The positive one above column 1 speaks of the number or the capacity of the element to combine, meaning to say it can donate 1 electron so that a compound will be formed. For elements below family 2A, they have positive 2. This means they can donate 2 electrons to another element so they will form compounds. And so with the rest of the elements. Let's have an example. Hydrogen, which belongs to family 1A, has 1 electron to donate. When electron of hydrogen combines with oxygen, they form H2O, or water molecules. That is why you have there 2 below H, because it needs to donate 2 electrons, which oxygen will also accept. Another example of an element that comes from family 1A is Na, or sodium. It has an atomic number of 11, but it can only donate 1 electron, as indicated by positive 1 above the column. When sodium combines with 1 electron of chlorine, they form a compound we commonly call salt. So salt is an example of a compound which is formed by the combination of a representative element. Salt is a common compound which is formed from the combination of 2 representative elements. What makes it possible for these elements to combine? As we have said, they combine because of the presence of electrons that can be donated and accepted by these elements. Let's have an example of this using formula. So when hydrogen, which has positive 1, meaning to say it can donate 1 electron, combines with 2 electrons of oxygen, it needs 2 hydrogen to form the 2 molecule of water. Another example using the symbols, we have sodium combining with chlorine, needing 1 electron, they will form sodium chloride. You notice with this formula that there are no more numbers as the subscript. It is simply because the positive and negative will cancel out. In this symbol, you can no longer see subscripts. Why? It is simply because sodium donated 1 electron and chlorine accepted 1 electron. So there is no need to write the subscript of 1. What have you noticed with the combining capacity of the representative elements?
We have here a definition of the combining capacity. An element's combining capacity is the number of electrons it needs to gain or lose in order to gain or attain stable ion. It is also the subsequent ionic charge that the element possesses. Take note that the combining capacity will be used later on to predict chemical formulas, so it is essential that you know how to figure them out, just like what we have done in the example. Let's go back once more to our periodic table. So this is our periodic table. The positive 1 and the positive 2 are the metals that loses electrons.
Ayasak Di Kabenguetan.
Ayasak Di Kabenguetan.
Programa binukel iti Department of Education, Division of Benguet, tapno agtultuloy nga maipaayan ti adal, dagiti patpatgen ken dungdungwen tayo nga anak, nga agbasbasa, uray ita agdama a pandemya. Ayasak Di Kabenguetan.
Ayasak Di Kabenguetan.
Na isang sangayan na programa iti radyo, ngaptang. Ayasak Di Kabenguetan.
Ayasak Di Kabenguetan.
Alang arod, patpatgan mi nga masansanay, agbasbasa, ken papagayam, awisan mi amin da kayo adungeg iti daytoy nga programa. Ket kabayatan tin kay panagdengdengeg, ipaayan mi da kayo ti umdas ken naan-anay nga impormasyon wenno pa kaammo amang iwanwan iti inkay panang sungbat kadagiti na idatag nga saludsod ken aktibidades iti learning modules yo. Ayasak Di Kabenguetan.
Ayasak Di Kabenguetan.
Isagsagot kada kayo iti Department of Education, Division of Benguet, ken daytoy nga istasyon. Ayasak Di Kabenguetan.
Ayasak Di Kabenguetan.